As teenage girls, we spend countless nights crying over boys who don't matter. And some we spend crying over guys who do. In this video, I'm just going to share some tips that I have for dealing with the heartbreak. Everybody hates heartbreaks. You know, they hurt and you wish you didn't get them, but you're going to go through a few in your lifetime. And I'm going to try to help you guys get through them. As not just as a teenager, but as girls in general or women in general, heartbreaks suck ass. And that is something that we try to avoid the most. I know that a lot of, adults are going to get on here and comment and, put their 2 cents in, but save your words, okay? This is just my tips on how to get over heartbreak. Obviously, it has been openly announced that Dylan and I were once engaged and now are broken up. As for the future of Dylan and I cannot certainly tell you. I can't tell you we will not ever be back together, and I can't tell you that we're completely done. I can't tell you because it's literally unknown at this moment. But it sucked. And, Dylan and I has had a rocky relationship. But in the end, we're always there when we need each other, no matter what. Even if we're hating each other one day, if we honestly need each other, we're there. And that is where the best friend thing comes in. So I wrote down a few tips to help with the heartbreak. This is my opinion. Everyone deals with things different, but this is just my tips to help. I don't want to talk about Dylan and I's breakup. I don't want to talk about, any of that. I want to focus on you. I want you to focus and think about yourself. And if you're watching this and you're going through a heartbreak, don't dwell on it. Don't make this the end of the world, because I promise it's not. There's so much more than a guy in your life. And I've been in your position so many times, and currently I'm still halfway there. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys my tips. So first of all, avoid contact if it's possible. As a fresh heartbreak, you don't want to see this person. Seeing this person is only going to make it harder, and it's going to make you want them more, which is kind of hard to explain. But you don't want to have contact with this person. The more you see them and the more you're around them, the more it's going to hurt that you can't have them. So, like if you go to school with this person and you guys are passing in the halls, avoid contact there. Like, go to your separate way and do not look at them. Do not show them the attention that they want. Just avoid them completely. Definitely. Also, do not dwell on memories. I know I have a very big problem with that, is like, just like focusing on the good memories. And it's okay to do that because it's good times. But as a fresh heartbreak, you're not going to want to think about the good memories because it's only going to make it harder. So don't dwell on them. Like, don't constantly think of them. Don't think of the good times you had. Don't constantly go through pictures because that's only going to make it worse. You don't have to delete those pictures right away. Definitely don't, do anything that you're not comfortable with. But don't go through those pictures every day and remind yourself of what you had. Because honestly, at this moment, it's gone. And I hate saying that, but you don't want to dwell on something that you had if you don't know if you're going to get it back. I do look at Dylan and I's pictures. I have an album that has almost 400 pictures in it on my phone. So I do look at the pictures and I do think about those good memories. And if I find myself getting emotional, I don't look at them anymore. Because that only makes it worse. It only makes it so much harder to deal with if you think about the good that they did you. Another thing with that is to remember the pain that they've caused, which honestly is a good tip, but then again it's not. So if you're really done with this person and you really want to get over this person and you're really tired of being hurt, think about how they've hurt you. Like if they've cheated on you, make sure to think about that. I know it's going to hurt worse, but it's also going to make you have a, quote, hatred for them. And that hatred is going to help you get over them. You don't want to dwell on the good. And to get over them, you have to remind yourself of the bad. You have to tell yourself, I'm done getting hurt. I don't want this person to hurt me anymore. And I need to remember what they've put me through in order for myself to be myself to get over them. Pretend or even just genuinely be happy. do not let them know that they're crying over you. You know, some guys are like, well, it helps, you know, when a girl tells me they cry over you. No, it doesn't. It makes us look like we're very, very vulnerable, and it makes us very vulnerable. So do not, like, don't let them know that you're crying over them. Don't let them know that you had a breakdown over them and, you know, that you spent all night crying. Don't give them that satisfaction of knowing that they hurt you that well. Because honestly, most guys really don't give a shit. And I hate saying that because there are some good guys out there. But most guys don't give a shit. So you telling them that you're crying is not going to help them. They're probably smiling. Don't be like, I was up all night crying, or I haven't been eating. I've made that mistake. And it got me nowhere. The happier you are, the more they're going to regret the breakup. They're going to see how happy you are without them, and they're going to want that back. They're going to want you back because they're going to want you to be happy with them. They're not going to like seeing you happy without them. They want to see you down and depressed and trying to get them back. But if you're happy, then they did no good, and they're either going to want you back or they're going to move on, and so are you. So another really, really, really important tip is to give yourself time to heal. That is one of the main things, other than the last thing that I'm going to say, but that is one of the main things that, you know, you really want to do. If you're going to listen to anything in this video, listen to this tip and the last one. Give yourself time to heal. Don't try to do a rebound. Do not try to find someone that is just going to replace them, because I promise it's not going to work. I've done it. I have had a rebound. Dylan and I had broken up earlier in the year, and I tried to have a rebound, and it ended badly, and it was just not well. Don't have a rebound. Don't try to rush into anything that you're not ready for, because in the end, you're going to fall in love a lot easier. Maybe not. Maybe not. It depends on who you are, but you may fall in love with that person, and if that person was just a rebound, then they may not feel the same as you, and you're just going to end up getting hurt again. Rebounds are not smart. Like, if a big thing, you know, with a lot of people are, well, you know, me and this person broke up, and if you were sexually active with them, and then you rebound to this other person and try to replace that, and you're sexually active with them, you could get pregnant and not know who the dad is. And that is literally one of my biggest fears. And I'm not that type of person. I don't just have sex with anybody. No way, Jose. I take my time, and I'm slow. I went 2 years without having sex with someone after after Drew's dad. So, no. But you don't want to put yourself into that. You don't want to be stuck with your rebound. So just don't have a rebound. Like, give yourself that time to heal, you know. Just be yourself for a while. Focus on you. Another tip is to, you know, feelings build up and you want to get them out. And sometimes venting to someone doesn't help. And sometimes you just want to write or you just want to talk. The biggest thing that helps me is writing to them. But don't really give them a letter right then. I mean, you can, but I don't. Write to them and speak to them like you are writing them an actual letter that you're going to give them. And just write out everything that you feel. I mean, if you guys get back together, you can give them that. Maybe not. It's up to you. But just write out how you feel. Write out what you're feeling. And that way it gets your feelings out. You're not, you know, trying to text this person these things or call and tell them that. Just write it out. And that's the best way to vent. It's gonna help you a lot. I do it a lot with Dylan. If I get to missing him one night or I get to getting pissed off at him, I just write him a letter. And I wrote him a letter, you know, a while back. And he actually took them. Like, he found them in a notebook at my house and took them with him. And it pretty much just tells him how much I loved and missed him then. So often I write Dylan these letters, and I think I have like 5 in my notebook right now that I've written since we've broken up, that he may or may not get. But write them letters, and it's really going to help. It's not like you're just writing your feelings, but you are. Like, you are, but you're not. Like, you're writing them down to get... Nova! No. To help yourself. Nova! No. No. It's going to, you know, help you in the long run, because you're going to get your feelings out, and you're going to feel so much better, and you're going to feel like you actually told them. Even though they're not reading that letter, you're going to feel a lot better, and, like, I promise. Do not stalk their social media, and do not bug them. If you stalk their social media and you see something that makes you mad, you're going to want to text them. And if you text them, they're going to know that something is bothering you, or that you want them back. Don't stalk their social media. It will only hurt you or piss you off in the long run. I made that mistake. I would stalk social media and see something that would make me very, very upset, or very, very hurt, or it was just an unpleasant sight. Don't do it. It is literally the worst mistake. Like, delete them, and do not use anybody else's Facebook to stalk them. Twitter, Instagram, anything. Just don't even go there. Delete them or leave them on there, but do not stalk them. If you see it in your timeline, it's going to piss you off, but it's not going to piss you off as much as if you stalk them. So whatever you do, just don't stalk them on social media. That is one of the biggest mistakes you could make, because they're going to try to make you jealous, and they know that you're going to see that if you're on there. And they're going to write stuff that isn't even true half the time, or that they just know is going to hurt you, and you're going to see it, and you're going to react, and it's just going to wind up getting you two right there in front of each other's faces, texting, talking, you know, whatever it is, and you guys are going to be back in each other's lives, and it may not be for the good. So avoid social medias. And don't bug them. Do not text them constantly. Don't call them constantly. Let them go. If they text you, hell, girl, be yourself and ignore them. Or don't. It's up to you. I don't know about that. It's different with people. It's different situations. But, like, show them what they're missing. Not like, you know, completely, like, don't literally show them. But, like, be happy and just let them know that, you know, that you don't need them. And last is to know your worth. A lot of girls forget that after a heartbreak, what they're worth. Every female is worth something, and every male is worth something. After a heartbreak, you're devastated. You don't think you're good enough. You are going to be, you know, I'm getting emotional. You're not going to be, you know, yourself. And a lot of stuff is going to bother you, and it's going to get to you, but you have to know your worth. You know, don't go crawling to these people. Don't beg them to be in your life, because in the end, if they don't want to be there, they're going to leave anyway. Don't beg them to stay with you. Don't go just like hoe around or try to move on so fast. Know what your worth is. You know, you're not, I don't know how to say it, but you're not an object. As a human beings, after, you know, a hurt or, you know, something like that, we immediately want to, you know, forget ourselves. And, you know, some people resort to self-harm or drinking or drugs. What is that? Or other stuff. But just know who you are and know your worth. Know that you are so much better than drinking or drugs or, you know, any of that. That you, yourself as a person, are so much better than the person who is purposely trying to hurt you. And that you yourself is better than these drugs and these drinks and these pills and, you know, this scar and this cut on your wrist. You're so much better than that. And I know I've done it, and it's like you just forget yourself, and you don't want to remember yourself because you feel like you're worth nothing. You feel like you are such a fuck up, and you don't get anything right, and you mess it up, and that honestly is half the time not the case. Guys are dicks, and girls are bitches. So in both ways, you know, it doesn't mean that it's your fault and your fault only. You know, it takes two to be in a relationship, but it only takes one to fuck up. And sometimes that's you, and you have to realize your faults. But other times it's not even you, but they're going to blame you anyways. But know your worth. Do not let them use you as a toy. Don't let them put you down. Don't let them make you feel like you're nothing. Because everyone in this world is someone. And I can't preach it enough to just be you. And don't worry about what others think. If you like gauges and tattoos and piercings, you do that. You have those gauges and tattoos and piercings. If you like your hair blonde and they like your hair red, go with blonde. If red doesn't bother you and you want, you want to have them attracted to you, go with red, I guess. I don't know, but don't change yourself for people. Like, if you like your hair long, but they like your hair short, and you cut it short, what if you don't like it? Are you more worried about what they see in you than what you see in yourself? Think about it. Don't change for someone. I did that, honestly. Dylan didn't like my snake bites. My snake bites are gone. Dylan doesn't like me wearing a lot of makeup. I don't wear makeup around him. Dylan didn't like my tapers. I took them out and I just put them back in. I let them close. Dylan isn't very, very fond of tattoos, but I don't really deal with that thing. I don't mess with that tattoo thing. Dylan thought I would look better with shorter hair, so I cut it. And in the long run, it's like, did I really want to do those things? I miss my snake bites, and I miss my, my tapers. But I'm still me. And I changed for him in a way that's not going to be like a drastic change, And mentally, if it would have bothered me, oh my God. Mentally, if it would have bothered me that bad, I would not have changed for him. And that's what I'm trying to preach to you guys. If a person cannot like you for who you are, don't change for them. Dylan's thing with my snake bites and my tapers and stuff like that was that I'm more subtle looking. I'm softer without all of that. He likes me natural. Understandable. It was very, very nice of him. So it was, it was different. Dylan wanted me to be myself without the tapers, without the snake bites. He wanted that. He wanted me natural. Nova, come here. I don't know where she went. I was going to show her to you guys, but Nova. Nova. Anyway, I can't preach, the know your worth enough, just because, that is a very big thing. So I can't tell you that all these tips are going to help you, and I can't tell you that it's going to make anything better or easier for you, but this is what helps me. I don't follow my tips. I haven't followed a lot of these tips. I give in to Dylan a lot, and I don't know. I forgive Dylan for a lot of stuff. And Dylan, she's getting in the trash can. And Dylan forgives me for a lot. If love is love, you two will end up back together. No matter what. And if it's true love, you really will, I think God has a plan for everyone. And if you are meant to be and that person is your one, at some point, you two will end up back together. And it's not from you forcing it, because you don't need to. Don't try to force it. Forcing it never works. And don't stay together for a baby. That never works either. Anyways, I'm just saying, heartbreaks aren't easy, and I hope that my tips help you, because I know when Dylan and I first broke up, I thought it was the end of my world. And not this time. That's not really bad. But Dylan and I broke up beginning of 2015, and I thought I was dying. Like, I thought that I had lost the love of my life, and I thought that I was never going to get him back. And I did, about a month later, 2 months later, 3 months, I don't know how long it was. But I did. I got him back, and I lost him again. And I can't exactly say I lost him, because we both made some faults. And honestly, I broke us up the last time we broke up. Shocker, right? I did, and I tried to get him back, but, it's like I didn't listen to my own tips, and in the long run, it's not going to help. At this point, I'm not going to give much of Dylan and I's business out, but we're not out of, we're not out of each other's lives. Dylan is someone whom I am very, very close to, and whom I trust with everything, so I'm pretty sure, he feels mainly the same. I'm someone that he can come to no matter what. So, Dylan and I have a very, very, long story. And I told him the other day, I said, what did I say? Our story, I'm so sad that our story didn't have a happy ending. but I'm happy that the chapters were amazing. Something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I made up this really nice quote, and it just kind of came out. And yes, it sucks that Dylan and I's story is over, but who says it's over forever? I tell Dylan that every day that I'm done with him completely. A part of me wishes I could be, because I've been through a lot with him. But I love him, and, you know, I'm waiting for the comments that's going to say, you're 17, you don't know what love is. I've been through a lot with Dylan, you know. Dylan has fathered Drew. We lived together. Bet you guys didn't know that. We lived together. He fathered Drew. I've known the man for 3 years. It's been rough. But actually, you know, Thursday, in like 6 days, he leaves for 13 months. So, yeah, you know, that's not easy at all. But, you know, we're getting there, you know, day by day. And that's, you know, that's all I can tell you as tips for, you know, tips for heartbreak is to go day by day. Don't rush anything. Don't, I don't know, take time to yourself. If you want to lay in bed all day, go and take a day to do that. But the next day, I want your ass to get up, look in the mirror, and say, I'm beautiful, and I don't deserve this. And I want you to go out and do something. Or I'm handsome, / that. Don't dwell so much on that heartbreak. Be yourself and don't let your life stop because of it. Do not stop everything for that heartbreak. I did that, and I stayed inside for months, and I didn't eat. And I ate, but it was like I didn't have this appetite. It's depression, and you know, I didn't have this appetite to eat. And this isn't recently, but I didn't have the appetite. I didn't want that. But be happy. You know, going out with friends, things like that is a lot that helps me with staying busy every day. And after a while, I was finally being okay. About a month later, I was finally somewhat okay. I was not ready to move on. I was still heartbroken. But I was to the point to where I could smile sometimes and actually mean that smile. Well, then Dylan came back in. Life was everything, you know. Haha, happy, we broke up. Anyways, this video is so long because, like, you know, I knew this video was going to be long. But it's like, heartbreak's a very hard topic. And I know that everybody missed me talking to the camera. So, there you go. If you have hateful comments and you don't agree with me on love or any of these, just go ahead and skip out. You know, don't even take your time to go comment. You just wasted 23 minutes of your life anyway. And this may be a little too long for some people. I'm sorry. But, you know, I get asked a lot just to sit down and talk. And you guys got talking and a little bit of emotion in here. But anyways, I really hope this helps you guys. And go ahead and comment if it helps you or not. And let me know if you guys broke up and after these tips, how you're feeling. Or, you know, if you guys get back together, let me know everything. Like, I'm very intrigued by your guys' comments and your lives. But anyway, I love all of you, and I'm so thankful for all of your support. And go ahead and go follow my Instagram if you'd like, ToriLyn_98. And I hope you all have a terrific day.